Hey, what's up, guys? I'm getting started on I'm just getting my computer set up for this stream. I don't have a lot of time today, so I'm trying to get all my shortcuts working, which for some reason they don't seem to be. Why is this not working? It's annoying. Why is this working, but now? Okay, there we go. Okay, so no more of that. I just need my screen to turn on now. Where's my screen? Okay, there's my screen. And we're about to get started. Here we go. All right, so I am here on YouTube, and all right, yeah, I think I'm ready. No problems now. I can just proceed. So today, I just want to get over some YouTube comments just to get my rhythm going for today. And after going over some YouTube comments, what's up, Muffin? After going over some YouTube comments, and I think that's all I can really do in the next 30 minutes. I will not do another stream. I'm gonna have lunch with my girlfriend, which she's making me lunch right now. So we're gonna have lunch together, and then after that, I think I really want to focus on reviewing some of the videos that I've been making and sort of sorting out my ideas for future content. But also, I need to really figure out the weekend QAS review class slash maybe not class, maybe series, YouTube series or something. I don't know what exactly I'm going to do, but I need to figure out some ideas for that. All right. So now I'm here in my comments. Here we go. Let's go and watch. Let's go. This is interesting. Can I? Hmm. Should I? Is this my comment? I'm not confident that you should actually be following my writing advice because should you see, the thing is, like, every time I've tried to help kids with their writing, the problem is that I'm too much of a writer, and and I think most college admissions officers don't need writers. They just need to hear your story. And I don't know. It's weird. It's weird because when I used to be really serious about writing, I was very good at writing. At least judging by my own standards. Uh, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. You've seen so far. If if I can get a sense of what people are already saying, then maybe it'll give me an idea of what I could say. All right, let me go back to Muffin. What's a good way to start an essay? Bad friends with selfish motives. My fear, Muffin, with that, just from the prompt right away, is I'm afraid that your sort of cynicism is gonna take center stage, and I mean, at the end of the day, bad friends with selfish motives is a thing in the world, And it's not so much what happens in the world that makes you who you are, it's your responses to the things in the world. So if you can figure out a way to kind of focus on that rather than on the thing in the world per se, I think that could be potentially a good essay. But yeah, I mean, what's a good way to start? You know, a good way to. I'm see. This is what I mean by being a writer's writer. Honestly, there's never a beginning because everything is a beginning. You're as if you're like a really if you're the kind of kid that I was, at least, you're always sort of thinking about who you are and what stories you have. You know, you're sort of always thinking. So you're thinking about it even when you're in ninth grade and 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, and you're always revising and adding new materials so that by the time you're writing a college application essay, you've already started 200 times. Um, so what's a good way of starting? You know, just start brainstorming. You know what's actually a really amazing tool though to get your brain started. It's just to give yourself a prompt and then list prompts and just start listing things I enjoy, things I hate, things that embarrass me, and just start listing them. And but the thing is, a lot of kids are also really bad at lists because they filter themselves too much. And even like learning to list things in an interesting and creative way is actually really hard. It's really hard for me to even teach. I try to teach it, but like listing sounds like such an easy. It's not easy for many people. So, like, I don't know. I don't have I have a lot of fun talking about writing with kids who really care about writing. But when we're not at that level, it's not the same with reading. With reading, I kind of analyze what kids I've already done a lot of analysis. I've done a lot of observation on kids who don't read that well. And so I have a lot of ready-made answers. But for writing, I haven't really analyzed all the habits or really observed all the habits of kids who don't really like writing. So I don't really have a bunch of ready-made answers. So, like Muffin, I have no idea if you even like writing, although I assume you don't hate it. But if you enjoy the writing process, then we can just chat about it here and there during in Discord. I'll just say that for me, one of the most obviously useful and immediately useful tools is just listing things. Whenever I'm stuck, just start listing. It could be like really silly things, words that start with A. Like literally just listing words that start with A might give you an idea for your college application essay. I know it sounds insane, but no, it's not that insane. Sometimes you just end up with this A, which connects to this thing, which connects to this thing, which connects to this thing, which connects back to some life experience that you had. That's the way that the brain works. So listing. I love lists. Just like lists are beautiful because it's structured, but it's so unbiased. It's open to everything. Uh, so I love lists. It lets you be very creative. Uh, 27/8. I will do the test. Oh, that's August 27th. All right. Good luck, man. Good luck. Yeah. Helping people a certain way. And just a, you should have a just have many approaches to the same topic. Try writing the same topic in many different ways. Even write a poem about it. If that helps you, just try different ways of writing the same thing, and if you eventually figure out one thing that really feels interesting for you. So the more diverse your attempts, the more likely it is that you're going to find something that works. The more repetitive and similar your attempts, and the more uniform your attempts, the less likely it is you're going to ever have a breakthrough. So you want to try a lot of divergent attempts. And just as a little language nerd, I do want to remind you guys that the word essay, like essay, originally meant attempt. It means that you're attempting, you're trying to understand a topic by attempting to write about it. It's That's what that is. That's what an essay is. It's an attempt at a clear understanding of a topic. So make as many attempts as possible. Make as many essays as possible. Now I'm looking at this over here. I forget what this is a reaction to. Yeah, so in the stream I was talking about how I actually think bubbling every single question is beneficial because it actually gives you first of all it gets you into a rhythm. It's not and you're not blocking off these rhythms. Also, if you're really interested in industrial engineering, you should look up the word one piece flow. But anyway, but the principle comes from one piece flow as well. Like, just go through these things one by one by one by one. And incidentally, you could be a lot faster, even though you might think that chunking would speed you up. It actually doesn't. So I think you could I think you could save time. I think you can reduce stress. I think you can also increase your productive thinking by bubbling questions on the go. I talked about this in the stream yesterday, so I'm just sort of like kind of responding to Arushi's response. Why is 35 a semicolon, not a colon? I guess I can look into this, but I'll just double check the chat right now. The chat says, some people say that if I have enough time for reading, write a dot. You're not allowed to. If you get caught, you're going to get kicked out. You're not allowed to come back for the reading. It depends on how strict your proctor is. So if you're unlucky, your proctor is very strict, and you'll not be allowed to do it. It also is cheating. So just don't bank on that strategy. I would not consider that a strategy. Don't do it, and focus more on just the hard mode. Just get it in 65 minutes. Just do it in 65 minutes, And if you can't do it in 65 minutes, figure out how to. Don't give yourself all these crutches, especially if they start kind of blurring ethical lines. Like those, that's not going to make you a better person and a smarter person in the long run. So I'm going to keep going. Why is 35 a semicolon? So let's look at this. Why is 35 a semicolon? 30, 35, 30, 35. 35 is passage 4 at the beginning, right? Oh, come on. I've already answered this. Brew. Did we not talk 35? Oh, I guess we... Wait, can I get a... How do you get the link to this thing? There is a way to link to this thing.
So there's A.
There's a way to link to this thing. Where's the way to link to this thing? I answered in a previous comment. Please search 35. All right, that's good enough. 32.
But when you have parentheses within parentheses, you have
I don't know exactly what that is, so I have to double check. So that's the first question here. 32, not 23. Yeah, I'm just trying to remind myself what's going on here.
honestly, the better answer would be, I kind of wish, and then say because, I said because, right? Because we were focusing on the speed, and then 199 or 230 of medium. I kind of wish, honestly, the better answer would be approximately 230 tons of fine and medium grain sandstone.
Okay, I'm just gonna quickly these yeah. Just FYI, as a tip for you guys, the more effort you put into your question, the more effort I'm gonna put into my reply. Or it's not always a I can't always promise all my time because there's more of you than there is of me, but yeah, the more effort you put into me understanding what your question is, okay, the more I will try. Here we go. Tanush, thank you. No problem. I'm glad you're benefiting from them, and I hope you keep on learning and growing. For question 4, why is it D not A? I always wonder, should I be very teacherly and basically the teacher's instinct is to be like, well, why did you think it's 4, right? Because it doesn't really matter if I can just explain it for you. You should be able to just think through it and then ask me the question instead of just be like, why is it this? But then again, there's the YouTuber aspect of it, and honestly, as a YouTuber, for the views and the clicks and the likes and the whatnots, it's actually just better to just answer them. The teacher in me wants to just be like, hey, the teacher in me wants to be like, hey, what was your thought process? But that kind of goes against my best interest as someone who's trying to build out this channel. Dilemmas. Like, this is honestly such a lazy question from a teacher standpoint, but from a YouTuber standpoint, you shouldn't really be judging questions. You should just be like hustling. You know what I mean?
Oh, hang on. Let's see. External and inner.
All right. Well, I'll still give a quick answer. Let's see. Wait, this is the correct one, right? This is about reading. Okay. So he was gracious, he's quiet, he's tentative, gestures, he's not used to public effort. And so this is about him being external, inner being, versus there's no undermining. There's no evidence of undermining goals to defend A's. And for D, demonstrate how an external mannerisms inner being. Okay, so external. Let's talk about gracious, quietness, the way he speaks. his gestures. When he stands up. Etc. His graciousness. Okay. Are all mannerisms, right? Are all mannerisms? Was it mannerisms? Mannerisms? Yeah, external mannerisms. External mannerisms. All defend these external mannerisms. I guess gracious could be inner being, but that's kind of debatable. Every answer is in the passage, though. It's always from the text. Muffin. It's always from the text. His inner being is essential. These mannerisms reflect his inner, his not public inner being. I think that's good enough for now. Hey, why is my edit button not working? What's still? Yeah, so I'll reply to that in a second, Muffin. Let me just finish this off. What still needs? What still doesn't? What doesn't? I want to find a better way of phrasing this. What's left over? I think a lot about formulations of questions because it's actually my job as a teacher. So I'm always thinking about questions and the way that you ask questions and how to ask a question that makes people want to answer and how to ask questions that makes people how to ask questions such that no one wants to answer. There are ways of doing this. So that's why I'm kind of neurotic about this kind of thing. But it's mainly because I'm just really thinking about all the different possibilities. So just give me a moment here. It's a private moment for me. I'm just thinking about it. Like, this is such a basic American. Show me any additional questions you have, right? But this actually puts the burden on them, and it doesn't feel inviting. Like, it's just, you can. And so here, this works in American culture because American culture prizes like proactivity. And so it's always on you to do it. And that's sort of default the default assumption of American culture, which I think is pretty good. It's a good assumption. I mean, I think it creates a very interesting and proactive culture, but it's just that it doesn't work for all cultures. So shoot me any questions you have. You know, it's very basic in America and it's fine, but I always want to improve these things. You know. What else? What else needs explanation? All right, right now I don't have that much time, so I have to go on. So I'm just gonna finish that off here. And did I reply to all the? It looks like I replied to all the comments now. Oh no, that's for this video only. Oh no, but I did reply to all comments. Okay, I'll just do a quick reply to some of the chats, and then I have to go. Today I'm doing a very short stream, so going back to this is way back. Oh no, never mind. He might respond back if you go to teacher. That's true. But I'm also thinking about not just his response. I'm also thinking about future. Like, there's gonna be a lot of silent viewers who just like scroll down to the comments, and then they might eventually decide to subscribe to me once they see that I'm actually very active. So, I guess that doesn't really matter for them, you know, because either way. Can I please give advice? Tyler's asking, can I please give advice for reading? Yeah, you have to understand the passage in the first place to find it in the passage, right? Of course it's in the passage, and of course if the teacher tells you where it is, then it's easy to find it. You know, the problem is finding it on your own. So the way to the way to find it on your own the first time is to learn genre conventions and to start to build out the map of the passage. I won't be able to give you full answers on this one right now because I do have to go for lunch. I don't want to keep my girlfriend waiting for lunch. But I will share this link. Okay, let me just share this link so you can at least find out where I've answered some of these questions. And also you can just jump into the Discord and ask me / ask the server the same question. And many people already sort of know like my answers, and they also have their own answers. So you'll be able to have conversations about how to improve your reading when you don't understand. Yeah, so the treasure hunt is not. Yeah, I didn't fully see the conversation when I was replying to that one line, but basically the main thing is, guys, when you're in the questions, okay, if your problem is like kind of just drawing back slowly into your head and just sort of thinking on your own, okay, that's a very bad habit, very dangerous habit unless you're super genius, okay? And it's very dangerous. You need to have your eyes back on the page, and you need to be looking for the text that supports your thinking. You can't just be thinking abstractly on your own, okay? So that's why so many teachers emphasize the answers in the text, the answers in the passage. Never make an inference, whatever their version, whatever their phrasing is, they always say some version of that, right? It's because you're always just in your head. Okay, you gotta learn to look for it in the text. That said, it's not easy to look for it in the text. Obviously, it's easier for a teacher because a teacher has unlimited time to prepare, so that if this teacher can't even get an 800 on their own, they can use the answer key, and they can use their unlimited time to prepare to find the answers and then map it for you. All right? Anyone can do that. Even you could do it. If I give you the answer key and I tell you to find it in the text, you'll be able to do it if you had unlimited time. The problem is being able to find it in time, and that's based on your understanding of genre conventions, being able to predict what's going to come out, and then mapping the passage as you go along. That I do not have time to explain in full right now, so I'll just have to leave that alone. Okay, but I invite you to further conversation. You know, kind of look at some of the frequently asked questions and jump into the Discord server if you have more questions, or just if you don't have Discord, you don't have to jump into Discord, but you know, just drop some comments and I'll get back to them later when I have time. some scholarly wisdom for Saturday. I mean, scholarly. You don't need you need practical wisdom is what you need. you need dude, what is, oh my god, I'm so bad. I'm such a bad scholar now. What is the Greek word for practical wisdom? Oh my god, I forgot the word. What's the word? Anyway, you need practical wisdom, techne or something like that. So I will see you. What you need to do is just get some sleep, guys. All right, I gotta go. So I'll see you guys in the Discord server or in the next stream. Peace out.